right, April 1st, Smack Talk. We are back. The shenanigans are out in full force today. We even got a lot of you, and we got some people that think the double KO wouldn't even be that bad of an idea. What a world we live in. We can do whatever we want. We can niche down in content. We can like whatever we want. We can fantasize of double knockouts. It's not going to happen in Power Slap right away. But I mean, hey, we could even see Ellie Dempster and Nina Drama in our dreams, in reality, on Power Slaps Instagram, for all you want. I mean, I didn't read the comments in there, but I bet you they were absolutely wild, and I'm sure the MMA community would love to see Nina Drama slapped by anybody other than Sean Strickland, of course. He maybe he's done it or not, but I can't verify that by any stretch of the imagination. But we've got three great guests for you, to say the least. We got Ryan the Punisher Kenny going to be joining us. Going to be getting into what's going on with these international athletes, and how it's going to impact the immediate future. Hopefully, Ryan will give us some clarity as it relates to that. We're going to have Jackie Cataline joining us a little bit later in the show as well. Jackie's got a ton of things going on. And, the Slappers got a nice little gift, it seems. And so we'll find out what that is from the guys that leave trading cards. And then, last but not least, we're going to get to Anthony King Defrank. The lightweights, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. You got Robert Trujillo hanging up out there, got a bunch of other guys trying to do some stuff. We're going to see if he can do something about it or not. But dang, we're getting 1 week closer. Once again, Power Slap number 19. I mean, man, the more I look at this, the more we get into the interviews. Dude, this is shaping up to be one heck of a fight card, and you're not going to want to miss a single match. From the opener, which is a banger, which I don't believe has been released yet, all the way up until that main card, like every match has the potential in this to potentially be fight of the night. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, it's a good time to be a Power Slap fan. I think we teased this a couple weeks ago as the card wasn't really announced much. It looked good, man. It looked good from top to bottom. I think we said you could probably try out early prelims, broadcasted. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, but I wouldn't be mad if it did. Of course, we get the long-awaited name of an opponent for Jake Hager in his debut. We find out the Dumpling is coming to America once again. What we'll call his North American stomping ground. He faces Evian Scott. Somebody else actually brought up a great point. And they said if the Dumpling versus Evian Scott was the match card that was announced today, April Fool's, they may have actually fallen for it being an April Fool's joke versus an actual match. Because I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. We haven't heard from Evian Scott in quite some time. Of course, the Dumpling, his name precedes him. But he's on a bit of a skid. He lost to the current champion, the Hawaiian Hitman, lost his belt back in June. He lost to Makini Manu back in October. But he looks good while doing it, man. He got McKinney, I thought, with the best shot we've ever seen anyone get McKinney with in that second round in their match. I'm excited to see what the Dumplings got, man. I said, on the show, and I'll eat my words, I thought that was the last we might see of the Dumpling. Turns out I was wrong. I'm really happy I was wrong because I like the Dumpling a lot. Although we don't speak the same language, we are able to communicate through some creative means. And he teaches me all the Russian curse words, which I appreciate, of course. And then of course Hollywood Haley J, Destiny McCubbin. That does not suck, man. I think that's a great match for that division. Obviously, a lot of clarity, surrounding Ellie and Paige. What happened. Again, we know, and we said on the show that was the target. It doesn't end up happening, but ultimately, at the end of the day, what can you do? But
Yeah.
it's exciting week, man. I know you've been talking all day, so
I mean, two things that got to get in here, though. And I'm not going to criticize the matchmaking, but I'll tell you, Evian Scott wasn't on my bingo board for a match with Dumpling in any realm of the possibilities. So I think you definitely got me on that one if that would have been the April 1st match being put out there. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a get right match for Dumpling. I'm not sure. I mean, a guy like Juicy Fantu sitting there at number 5 would have made a hell of a lot of sense during International Fight Week. Obviously, we don't know what his availability is, etc. We haven't heard from Juicy in a little bit. But Evian Scott is the guy. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he's coming off a loss in his last match. Yeah, he was lost to Donnie Von Heerden. And so getting an opportunity to fight up in the ranks again and, showcase his skill set But on the other flip side of what you just talked about too, or do you have anything you want to add to that, or before I move on?
What I will say is, I mean, it's not gonna happen now, so I don't know that it matters. But Evian was not the original opponent for the dumpling, and I think that's why this is happening. I
Sure.
think you'll get some clarity of that when we bring Ryan Kenny on. You'll understand more or less why this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Dumpling is the one. He is the one. He is the only. Ryan Kenny will explain what that means when it comes to visas and international, travel. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to give up the name. I'll let you decide if you want to.
All
But
right.
but I will just say that Evian Scott was not originally his opponent for Power Slam 19.
Got you. Makes sense. Makes sense. But then the match that dropped today, Hollywood Haley J, Destiny McCubbin. You're going to want to watch the interviews that we're going to be releasing later on our YouTube channels as it relates to this one. These are two friends. What do you mean? What do you mean,
Destiny
Chippy?
McCummon's out. You don't gotta wait till later. Destiny McCummon is out right now.
Oh, she's out already? All right, all right, all right. I think if she was on the team, I mean, she's good. Haley J's good. Trust me, they're both good. You can go over to YouTube, you can check it out. These were friends that are now gonna have to face each other in Power Slap. So very interesting to see how this is all going to unfold. Desmond Coven with a record of 2-0. The victory here puts her kind of in that Ellie Dempster range or talks. I mean, let's be honest with you. Hollywood Haley J, after getting KO'd in her last match, authentically herself coming back for revenge to try to avenge that to Ellie Dempster and try to get her career back. I mean, this is a girl who, I don't want to give it all away, but has a lot going on this week during International Fight Week. She's literally running a seminar right after weigh-ins. She's going to be fighting at midnight after her fight. Think about that. She's pre-planning to have a wrestling match after her Power Slap event. Like, she's got a ton of appearances that's going on. Like, she's definitely gone to Hollywood for Hollywood. But you want to swing it over to one Punisher or what?
Yeah, man. Let's go to the Canadian. For those of you who are here, we appreciate it. Of course, I know that President Donald Trump in America is currently addressing the nation as it relates to the war in Iran. So I understand that a lot of people will be over there watching that. I get it. But if you're watching it on the replay, go fuck yourself. All right? Because if you chose that over us, I mean, come on. I got to give you a little bit of shit. But nevertheless, thank you for joining, whether you're here live or you catch us a little later. Let's get to our first guest because I want to know what in the world is going on with the International Talent Power Slap. So maybe the Punisher, Ryan Kenny, can clue us in on what is happening with the International Talent. Sir, good evening. How are you, my Canadian friend?
I am doing great. How are you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Another day in the life. Your president or prime minister is not currently addressing the nation on a war, so I think you're doing just a little bit better than I am. However, you're here on Smack Talk Wednesday night. It's been a little while. I gotta say, just jumping right into it here. No foreplay, if you will. We should be talking about something different right now with you, man, and we're not. And I'm frustrated, and I can imagine you're frustrated. Talk to me. What do you know? What's going on? Because nobody has publicly, people have hinted at things, but nobody has publicly talked about what is happening with Power Slap strikers that are not stationed here or natively here in the United States of America for visas and competing, etc. So what can you tell us about whether it's anecdotal, your own situation, or just what you know from some of the guys? Obviously, you do the Slappy Hour with guys who are international as well. So I anticipate you know a lot more than us two jokers do.
Yeah, I do know quite a bit. I was actually supposed to be in Vegas on the 17th. Signed, sealed, delivered the contract. Trainer was in the best shape guys would have seen me in so far. And not even a week after signing it, get a call saying it's not happening. Trump has now dropped that certain visa is needed, and there is only one in our organization, I believe, that currently has it, and it's Mr. Dumpling. He got it right away, but it's, from what I've gathered, it's the highest level visa, the one that says we can live in the States and work in the States, and it is needed for any international fighter to compete over there.
Sounds like
So if you're looking forward to international people, You don't get to see us until we're allowed to go back overseas, is what I was told.
Sounds like some Frank Lemusella privilege there to me, doesn't it?
Maybe Dana, too. Maybe Uncle Dana helped old Dumpling out. He liked him. Help the Canadian out, Dana.
Just one of those situations that, you know, I guess the political landscape in the world right now is a little more important than Power Slap.
Unfortunately, right? It's not more important to me at the moment, but feeding my family and fighting is what I want.
Yeah. So has there been anything else said? I mean, obviously we know the home ground for Power Slap internationally has been the Middle East. We know that there's bombs flying, jets cruising. Doesn't sound like we'll be slapping anybody there anytime soon. Or maybe they can deploy Power Slap athletes to go slap some guys. But other than that, like, have they talked about anything? Maybe not location, but timeline of when some of these international guys can get back in action.
To my knowledge, no. All that we have been told is possibly summer is when we'll be able to go overseas again. And I don't foresee that with what's going on over there, but I'm also not president, prime minister, or any of that bullshit. I'm just a Canadian looking to slap some people.
Yeah, so I mean, the unfortunate part, you kind of touched on it. You said the contract was signed, sealed, delivered. Do you care to say who is the name on that contract?
There was another fellow Canadian that got screwed over at the last one, the Newfoundland Nightmare.
Interesting. Okay.
I was excited for it, and I know he damn sure was to finally be able to get up there.
Interesting. So they're going to fly both you knuckleheads down to Vegas.
They were. I told them I'd smuggle my damn self over there. I don't care. Just let me fight.
Too funny, man. Too funny.
Yeah, I don't think a lawyer would exactly. I don't think he would find that too funny.
Hey, it's WrestleMania weekend. I'm just going to watch some wrestling.
Yeah, so
you're on the poster.
Yeah, so that's an interesting part of it, man. And I think that probably stings a little bit too, huh? Because this is the second year in a row that it's happening. That already in itself is kind of a very unique scenario, right? Then you kind of get like, you know, the tip of the carrot, get a little, here you go, man. Taste a little nibble. And then, I mean, I can't imagine for Justin, bro, because he just went through this. He was in Vegas.
Yes.
He was ready to walk out. They literally were like, they waited because they didn't even know if they were going to let him compete or not. They were like, they just kept us there in limbo. And then after, I don't know, 10 minutes, they're like, all right, that was it. Bye, guys. And then he's like, fuck, my mascot, whatever. And now they're like, oh, we're going to turn you around. That's what they told him they were going to do. Great. Yep. He gets a deal. He's ready to go. You're in Canada, so it doesn't even seem like it's far-fetched. And then all of a sudden, something happens.
God.
I can't tell you what happens, but it fucks everybody up. And I gotta agree with Cole Smith on this one. If you were the 51st state, this wouldn't be a problem.
Then we would have to pay for health care and all that bullshit too. I ain't paying for health care.
Yeah, but from what I'm told, your free health care ain't so great. Ain't that right, Corey?
It ain't terrible. It doesn't cost us money to have a baby.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends what you're comparing to, I guess. I mean, it definitely, it is better than nothing, but...
I would take it if they gave us all free health care. I'll take your housing and your money. That's fine. But give us the free health care. Stubbing your toe costs like 20 grand going there. I get a receipt of the bills of what Power Slap put me through. That's too much.
Crazy.
But yeah, I feel bad for fucking Justin of all. Like, he said, we and him were talking, he was at the curtain ready to walk out. And they were like, no. So that was like snatched right from him right there.
Yeah, that's only ever happened to... I mean, no, she didn't even get that far. I think that's probably the latest cancellation of a match I've ever seen.
Which is wild.
I'm trying to remember. I think the closest besides that was Isabella Pikard, because she had the broken neck, and then they were like, hold up.
Yeah, maybe not a good idea.
Let's check this out, and then, you know, I think that might have been the second best. But yeah, for somebody to be like ready to walk out and then get canceled, that's just it's so rough, man. And for you, I mean, they've been messing with you a lot this year. I don't know if you can talk about it or if you want to talk about it, but this isn't the first time you've had a conversation about a match for 2026.
For me, it is. Yeah.
Is it okay? So there was nothing in the works for Middle East or anything like that.
Not for this year. Not yet. That was another member of the Slabby Hour.
Okay, got it. I'm tracking. I was trying to remember who was, because that whole thing was also very weird, right? How they transitioned some of those guys, some of them stood, some of them didn't. So
yeah.
I mean, dude, fuck, man. I don't have the rankings in front of me, but that puts quite a bit of people out. Let's name a couple.
Zakir,
yourself, Zakir, Jujar, Lewis Robinson. Corey, help me out. Name some international big. Sheena. That would affect Sheena, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Sheena hasn't competed in America in a while anyway, but she has. So I don't know what her status would be. Donnie Van Heerden.
Even think of other divisions. We got Vince and Dakota now.
That's true. Yeah. So
like
March. What was it? March 6th. Was it March 6th? I feel like that's wrong.
It was March. No, I think you're right.
It was March 6th.
Yeah.
March 6th was like, I guess the last. That was kind of like the, that was when it all.
It was even in the wind then. They knew about this issue gonna be coming down, from what I was told.
Man, so there's no alternative.
The alternative is they pay for us to get the visas, which, from what I've looked up and trying to figure out how much and all that, it's anywhere from like 50 to 100 grand a person, from what I've read.
Wow.
Which I can say this: me, Lewis, and Carl all said if they get us this visa, we'll do 2 fights free. I don't care. Get us there. We'll pay for it with the fucking fight.
You're muted, Core.
I'm gonna say, like, that's like remember Trump was offering the golden visa for $1 million. Like,
yeah,
you'd be getting it for 50,000. Like, that would be like a discount.
You'd think. The worst part is, I was told people from like Nigeria, Russia, and all that will be able to get it easier than Canadians.
Crazy. Like,
we could be waiting anywhere from a month to 3 years if we actually apply for it till we hear back.
Crazy.
And we're your neighbors.
Like, you should like almost do this, and then Paul Teague at the very last minute be like, "Hey guys, I won anyways because I got the golden visa."
Like, give me that shit. I told Sin Bodhi if they could get me a visa, I will fight every event. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. I've literally turned down a promotion at my job so that I could drop everything in a dime just to go. Because if I took a full-time position, I'd only get 2 weeks holidays a year. And they can tell me no if I need to book off a fight because I get told 3-4 weeks in advance. Not enough for the work. They don't like that. So I kept it part-time so I could do whatever the hell I needed and then find out, snatched it right from me.
I mean, they could also just go to Canada.
That's why I put that thing out on my Instagram. Canada, we'll do England. Come on, who wouldn't want to go to England and slap some people?
But Power Slap doesn't have a status in Canada. I don't believe.
I don't believe it's allowed here yet. Like MMA was a while before we got it here, but we can go to England. It is sanctioned in England. The UK allows that shit.
Yeah. But also
why not?
In Edmonton where they do Bare Knuckle, they're actually doing the Bare Knuckle Ice Wars there as well. They do it on a native reserve, and
I was saying it's on a res, right?
Yeah, and they've got a big arena there, 10,000 people. I bet you they could pull off Power Slap there.
I believe they could. There's quite a few even here in Ontario that would be more than welcome to allow it and could accommodate 5,000, 10,000 people. Mm-hmm. But it wouldn't be an issue. Let's just make it happen.
So the question then becomes, if you cannot bring international talent to the United States and you cannot go to the Middle East because, well, I guess somebody in chat, if somebody's got both screens or something, did Trump just announce we're good or?
Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing.
Help me out. Like, if Trump said that we're good in the Iran thing, then this is all moot and we're back to business. I have a hard time believing that's what he said though, but nevertheless, if you can't go to the Middle East, then Frank teased last year. Corey sat down with him. I want to say early October, right before Power Slap 15, and Frank talked about a destination overseas that was not the Middle East.
Yep.
Do you, as the promotion, do you figure out a way to make that, your home for a little while? And I think Power Slap has proven to be nimble. Obviously, there's plenty of rumors of spur of the moment stuff that they've done with regarding like putting cards together and getting fights done and stuff like that. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities. The question is,
No.
where's the right place, and how do you make it make sense financially? Because the Middle East becomes this central ground where everybody can go, and it's kind of economic from all viewpoints. If you make that further east to, let's just call it Razor's neck of the woods, it starts to cost a lot more money to get the North Americans in all the way over there.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the concern, but I just think the international talent, man, to stunt their growth at this point when you guys are really starting to become such a big part of this, with the two events back to back in the Middle East, that was a big move. It was a bold move and it worked out. Why allow that to sort of slow down when you? It just, to me, it just seems like maybe an error. Again, I'm not. There's a financial element to this that obviously is going to trump all of our input, but it's just disappointing because you do have guys like Razor, guys like, I'll even say Carl. I know obviously we didn't get to see his best moment, but he still seems to be motivated and interested.
Itching to get back there. He is for sure.
I'd love to see him get the opportunity to right that wrong. Guys that we haven't seen, even like Sean Kilmartin, who's another Irishman. You have Jujar, I mentioned. There's a few of them. You got Manjai, you got Pardeep. You have obviously the Dumplings got the Dana White privilege. You've got Dennis Vildanov. You've got
he's got the golden ticket.
You've got Sheena. You've got Robin. Sheena. That means, what about Abby Montez? Abby Montez, if I'm not mistaken, lives in Mexico technically. I know she comes back and forth to the States, but I'm not sure how they were processing that when she was competing. So you can't
even look at guys like Jocko.
Jocko is another one. Danny Van Heerden, like I mentioned earlier. And forgive me for any of the international guys I'm forgetting, but I just think
there's a lot of them.
It's a real big, and significant group of people per capita, and it's just disappointing to hear. Obviously, it's not Power Slap's fault necessarily. I wouldn't even say it's anybody's fault. It's a security measure that the president's taken. Who are we to say whether that's right, wrong, or whatever? Because it affects us, of course. But
yeah,
I mean, it's just a matter of how do you what's the redheaded stepchild, the happy medium that you can kind of come to, like. How do you get there? Because you're damned in one scenario because you can't get people to North America, and you're damned in the other because you can't get people to the Middle East. So what do you do?
To me, UK, Canada, anything like that, it's peaceful, not far, especially Canada for anyone in the U.S., not far. UK is a little bit of a trek for all of us, but they're safe places, and damn well tickets will sell out there in either UK or Canada. I can promise you that. Everyone loves violence here. Like MMA sells out like that. Boxing sells out like that here. Like anytime there's a fight of any kind, Canadians are jumping over watching it. So I say anywhere that is safe, fucking send us.
I got to say a little joke though real quick because you said that.
Oh, you give it.
You are just watching it though. Like let's just be clear. You're not getting involved in it. You are just going to watch. That's it. That's the Canadian way, bro. Spectators only. I will say though, I do like BKFC Ice Wars. Can you imagine? I mean, it's April Fool's. Fuck it, we can say outlandish things, right? Can you imagine? Like he knows where I'm going. That's why he's smiling. Can you imagine Power Slap on ice?
Skating up to the fucking podium.
hey,
fights,
defender, stay still. Stop moving.
It's like hockey fights all over again. Just fucking standing there.
You can't really step.
If you step, you slide off.
Foul skating.
Someone gets knocked out, and a skate comes up and fucking slits the other guy's throat.
But think about it. Like they literally took a sanctioned sport that's it's a combat sport that people respect, and they made a joke out of it. What's so wrong with that? Like,
it's hilarious.
It's so good, dude. They fight in hockey anyway. Why not just let them fucking do it on ice anyway? Like it's such
just
a
skate
good
up
like.
and fight.
I don't know who came up with it. Maybe Conor McGregor after a bender or something. But fuck, that's a good idea. I like it.
It was a perfect idea. I love it.
Canada
No, I
is the
definitely hope they
softest.
figure this shit out.
Canada is the softest country in North America. Jesus, somebody's mad. Yeah, I hope they figure it out, man. That's shitty, and it sounds like. I mean, we're seeing it, right? We got fights announced, and so far the only international guy is the Dumpling.
Yeah.
And hint, hint, he's the only international guy you're gonna see. I don't know if I'm breaking any news here, but you know, it's just I don't. But I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the solution is. Like, how do we could sit here all day and say, yeah, just go to Australia, yeah, just go to UK, yeah, just. But like they haven't done it. That those rules or that process hasn't been laid out yet. So it just, can they make that happen sooner than later? And fuck, man, it's a tough situation because there's two bad things going on at once. One is the visa issue in America. The other is the actual issue in the Middle East.
The
But both of them
simplest
America.
thing.
So the Venn diagram, the middle is America. So it's always us, man.
The simplest thing would be, to me, not necessarily the financial one, but to try and get us visas. Like anyone, even if you started in the top tens of your division, get those people. So like Zakir in the heavyweight division, get Dakota, Vince, their visa so they can compete. Start there even.
I'm interested in
it's
what
either
the
going to
cost
be
actually is.
Yeah, the online's very vague. Like getting the forms and shit's peanuts. It's the lawyer apparently that's the most because they charge different rates, and especially maybe they could get a lawyer to just look over everyone's contract and everyone's visa in one go. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's something they figure out in a few months, or we're just stuck.
That's rough, man.
Because at the same time,
if they're paying more for your visa than they're actually paying you, like that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I have to agree with that too.
But then you also think about over a span of time, if that visa gets you, let's just say, 8 matches, how long does it actually take you to recoup that cost in revenue generated from putting on events is the question. On the flip side, oh dude, Johnny coming in clutch. I like this.
What's he got?
Slap fight on the border.
Hey, I like this. Love that. The line is the fucking exact point. Like,
yeah, I don't know if El Salvador is gonna be the dump site, but you'll go somewhere for sure. What about Izzy? Brandon, that's a good question. What about Joanna Wick? I wonder, because Joanna Wick is rumored to be coming back. So I'm curious what her situation might be, because she had issues with the visa previously.
US, isn't she?
I don't know. She had the issue with the visa previously, I thought.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Because remember, she was like I probably shouldn't say this, but she was like wagering, sticking around at one point. Like she was like, "I'll stay if I can do X, Y, and Z." I won't say what the X, Y, and Z was, but yeah. I've said too much already. She's gonna get fucking deported, bro.
Blowing her cover here.
And it's all
this is the one time I hope she's not a supporter of the show, man. Anyway, next subject. Help me, guys. You're making this awkward. You're drawing attention to it.
I'll tell you this: it really sucked not being able to fight. If Razor was supposed to be on the card too, and if he made it, we were going to a VIP sweet box at WrestleMania. He had a connection that was getting us there, and then fucking taken away as soon as he was told he can't go, and then it was me like 2 days later. So not only do I not get to fight, I miss WrestleMania live. That's a double whammy right there.
I have to push back a little bit. If you were that big a WrestleMania fan, you'd be going anyway.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I can't afford those fucking tickets. I got 3 kids to feed.
No, it's not you can't afford them. It's that it's not worth the money compared to what it would have been if you were competing.
Oh, if I was...
You want to give us some alpha on who the Razor was supposed to fight?
I ain't leaking that one. I ain't outing my boy on that one because that fight could still happen whenever we figure this out.
That's fair.
I ain't ruining his chance of a solid fight and a good payday.
Man, oh man. Well, listen, I hope it I hope there's some sort of alternative. If you hear anything, we'd love to be able to kind of expand on this, because right now it sounds like we're doggy paddling in a big ass ocean.
Yeah. And how long can we doggy paddle? Like, yes, there's a lot of Americans obviously in power slap, but what if there's no's said, can you fight here? No. Then we start running out of people. Then they're just bringing in new people again. Like,
I don't disagree with you, man. I think
it kind of leaves it in a sticky situation. Then we're just, instead of even like seeing the top tens in some divisions, you're just gonna be seeing new people brought right up there.
I don't know. I kind of view this like the NFL. You know, that the world football, the Super Bowl is the world championship, but it's only played by them. This is the power slap. The champions are going to be only accessible to the Americans.
But that's not the thing. We want this like the UFC, where you got the world in there.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're going to make two different belts, like the US belt and the international belt. And maybe like at some, this is like old school, like, I don't know, like WWE kind of stuff.
Yeah, the Intercontinental Champion and the WWE United States Champion. And, well, yeah. All right.
Hey, Dana, open up, get a slap organization over here in Canada, and we'll be like the SmackDown. You guys can be Raw. And once a year, we'll have like a fucking WrestleMania.
Survivor Series, bro. That's the way I look at the wrestlers in Power Slap. You guys are invading the other show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm down. Fucking 5-on-5. Let's do it. 5 podiums lined up at a time, 1 round exchange.
Yeah. If you can implement one April Fool's rule for Power Slap, what would it be?
I can tell you one I love: grow your fucking beards back.
It's that much of an issue for you, really?
It's not so much an issue. It's just I fucking like having a beard, guys.
Okay.
I remember you tying it up. You were like fucking just mojo rolling. Like you just looked like he was like, tie up your beard. You were like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna get like my moment to people to see this shit. This is perfect. You're fucking like stroking it with the getting the oils. You were getting each hair tie up there and shit. I'm like, this motherfucker really likes this thing. I'm sitting there going like, I wonder how that would be, you know.
Worst part is, before I shaved it, that shit was like down here.
Yeah.
It was all.
Hey, it's still out of regulations there, Mr. Dedicated.
Hey, it was close, and then I'm not shaving it now. I'm not fighting for probably a year.
What if they did it like like U.S. military style, where they're like, bro, if I see you and you're out of it, like you're fucked. Like if I put eyes on you and you're even though we're not fighting? Yeah, like you gotta live and breathe Power Slap, bro. Every day of your life, you gotta wear that shit.
Fuck that. I said it in your guys' comment section. I'd be sleeping on the couch. My wife hates no beard, and there's a lot of wives out there that do.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Because then they get to see the real you, not the you that they married. But
this is the thing. This had me from the get-go. What about Tiger? Like Tiger Singh, were they gonna make him do it?
Yeah, we'll try to get clarity on that. I mean, obviously we won't see anytime soon because it's the Middle East, but I imagine that they will not make him.
It said no exceptions on our emails.
Oh, I'm aware.
Like,
but Frank's also a lawyer, man. Like he knows, man. Like,
you gotta think of how many people are gonna be pissed off if they go up, say we're fighting, and his is a thick. If there's anyone getting padding, that's the dude getting padding from his beard. That thing is thick as fuck. You need a weed whacker to trim that.
I'd be interested to see what they end up doing, but if I had to guess, I'd say they ain't touching religious stuff, man. I wouldn't even recommend that they do. It's just, man, it brings up such a good question because it's so unprecedented. I can't think of. I'm even trying to think of in the UFC. Like I can't think of a religious observation like that.
Well, like, that's the thing, though. Like, it's not like UFC says your punch is, like, your chin's protected from a punch because of a beard. They don't care, right? This one's more we want to know where you're hitting.
They make them tie their hair up. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have it all cornrowed or tight pony type thing.
I mean, they do make them cut their nails.
Yeah?
You do have to cut. They'll cut your nails for you if they're too long. So
I see it being an issue with everyone else.
fucking
Like,
hard, man. It's hard to say, but I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I would just. It's a religious thing, man. Like that. That's just such a vulnerable. I wouldn't even touch it. I'm interested to see what people think about that. I would.
I can say from my perspective, if I was told I had to shave it and I signed a contract to fight Tiger and I get up there and that motherfucker still got his beard, there's going to be some razor blades attached to my hand shaving that beard for him. Because that ain't fair to us. We got to shave, but you can't? That ain't cool.
Damn, man, I wish I could get the answer to that question. We'll see what we can find out.
Because you know if they say they will make an exception for religious things, everyone's going to say we identify as this is our religion. This one, this one, this one, this one. You know that's going to happen.
Fair point.
And I'm from Canada, where we have every religion here. How do you know I don't? I'm not a Sikh. Like, you know what I mean?
On that note, Ryan Kenny, thank you for coming on, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for
Thank you for having me, guys.
Clarity to the unclear. Hopefully this stuff gets cleared up. Like I said, if you hear anything, get any updates, let us know, man. We'd love to talk about it. As always, appreciate you and hope that you are back up there sooner than later. We got some dates, man. May 15th, July 10th. So hopefully we can get some stuff figured out. And, Dana White's good friends with the president. So maybe he can work some things out.
Let's work it out, Dana. Get us all that visa. We're eager. Thank you for having me, guys.
Thank you, sir. Ryan Kenny, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. So we get some clarity. Going to be interesting to see how this goes. I mean, it's almost like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, man. It's like, we want to see this thing start to roll and get going. And, sometimes I guess there's bigger issues worldwide than Power Slap, unfortunately. What a concept, eh?
Yeah, it's weird acknowledging Canada as like an international, like another country, but it sucks, man. Like, no, I don't mean that disrespect. I'm actually not making a joke this time. You like snickering over there. I just mean it's not so far. Like it just, to me, it's so unusual that you have such an issue coming to the United States to do anything. So, it's a shame. I honestly think that it will have an impact on as talent. I mean, these guys would be able to compete. There's a lot of good fun matches that can be made, and oh man, it sucks, dude. And because there's no end in sight, I think that's like kind of jabbing in the knife a little deeper there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll see, man. It's definitely put a hindrance on some of these divisions. I know we're gonna have Anthony Defrank on later on, but it also impacts that lightweight division. I mean, let's talk about some of the excitement in that division. Potentially coming from international. That's
very true. Those are some names I forgot that you didn't help me with.
Yeah.
Muhammad, Amentayev, Zhao. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of questions about where Zhao's at with things and kind of how his match went, but I'll toss his name in there for the international sake. Pardeep is another one that fought to a draw with Anthony Defrank. So Mio Ding, yeah, absolutely. My nemesis there. Nicole Schaefer.
Yeah, there's another one.
Right? Would be one.
There's a lot, man. There's a lot.
It's rough, dude. It's rough. Yeah. Honestly, it is not a good thing.
You would say it's a third of the roster?
Yeah, I mean more than that. I think it just a lot of the characters. I mean, Robin is massive for that division.
Yeah.
She's Nicole Schaefer's an exciting one that could be in the mix with this 125, shaking out thing that we're doing here. Mm-hmm. Jujar, right? People want to know, is he real or did he just get fed somebody easy? The Hulk, the Nigerian Hulk, Deniar, both of them actually, Derenovich and Shakarov. Dennis Vildanov, yeah. Somebody asked earlier, actually, I meant to answer this question. Yes, Dennis, in his first match against the Hawaiian Hitman, I believe he took the first shot without getting dropped. Gruwit just dropped him 3 times. I'm not sure what Gruwit's got in his hands, but
well, I mean, let's talk about that for a second, man, because I think that's something very interesting. Is if we look at the Hitman's record, obviously he's going up against McKinney Manu. We know McKinney Manu is 6-0. You look at the record of Dane Viernes. Right now, he is a 500 fighter. Kind of his comeback or coming on the scene was that Dennis Villeneuve fight, where you were like, oh, you see another level to it. I actually think that fight was actually more impressive than probably the dumpling fight, to be completely honest with you. But then we see what Jocko did to Dennis. How do you put that all into play? Like, did Jocko just expose Dennis, which diminishes the record that the Hitman has at this particular moment?
Jocko's made of some shit, man. That's all I can. That's all I can say.
You think so? You think he's that good? He's the next coming?
Yeah, because he hit. So he hit Villeneuve, dropped him 3 times. Hitman got wobbled by Villeneuve, and then it took him 2 shots to knock Villeneuve out. He didn't drop him the first time. Yeah, I mean, kudos to Villeneuve for getting up so much, especially at that weight. That's impressive. I'll give him that. But yeah, I think that speaks to Groot wit. I just think that shows kind of how good he is, man. To be honest with you, but it doesn't matter because we won't fucking see him.
Yeah. Well, what do you think happens first? Does Power Slap go international, or do international fighters get allowed back into America?
Power Slap goes international.
Okay.
We got the same president for another 3 years, bro. That shit ain't changing.
I don't know. They could change policy like that. They could always reverse it, can they not?
Yeah.
Just like the tariffs that haven't disappeared.
Yeah, don't hold your breath on that one. I wouldn't.
How's the cost of living down in the U.S.? Is it?
Lord, gas is a cool 420. All right,
really? I was in Washington State and it was in the $5. It was $5 plus, $5.20, $5.40.
Terrible, dude.
Yeah,
that is terrible. What I will say is I got to give some unfortunate news that Jackie Cataline is not going to be able to join us. Unfortunately, I won't air her business out there, but basically,
she's cashing a royalty check. Is that what's happening?
She's having issues. I guess Apple, because Apple sucks. They're making her download or put payment for the app to download. I even offered my own card, and she said no. That wouldn't be in good faith. So
wasn't a black card. Is that why?
No, because she said that she deactivated her. She's waiting for a card to come in, so she doesn't actually have one on hand to put in there.
What do you mean? She didn't want a sugar daddy ding?
Yeah, I was like, hey, you can take my card. Like, go ahead. And she said no. So much respect to Jackie because she could have just robbed the fuck out of me. But unfortunately, we're not going to be joined by her this evening. This is the second time she stood us up. I'm starting to think this is calculated, man. My feelings are getting a little hurt. But nevertheless, we do have an incredible third guest for you guys that we're going to talk to. He is none other than the New York native. He is Anthony King with 2 eyes Defrank. And he is right there, my man. Look at him.
What's going on?
I love it. How you got that poster blown up behind you.
Yes.
What's up, brother? How are you? How are things? First things first.
Have to. Can't complain. Another day in paradise, just living life.
What are gas prices by you?
So it's different because I have a Tesla, but usually it'll last me like a little over a week, about like $20, fill it up.
I forgot about that.
And think about this: you got to remember this too. You guys have to drive your cars. I just sit back.
Yeah, efficiency, man.
And it's cheaper.
So I gotta ask you. Corey brought up a good point before you came on board. I don't know how much you know about this international fighter craze, but visas have changed quite a bit apparently, and so international talent is essentially not able to get into the United States because it's just too, costly and the process is too arduous. So obviously Power Slap can't go to their destination outside of the United States because it's currently, a bunch of rubble and stuff flying all over the place. So a lot of the talent in the lightweight division that is exciting is international, I realize. So you got Muhammad that's out in that picture. I mean, I don't know if you call Zhao exciting at this point, but if he was to come back, I'm sure somebody would face him. Pardeep, who obviously. So What do you think? Do you think it matters, or do you think some of these? Did I miss somebody? Corey?
Dakota McGregor.
Oh yes, the Canadians. I forgot. See, I keep forgetting, man. So Dakota, Vince. I mean, there's quite a few people that are out of play here now.
Hey,
Do you think it matters?
I guess Blair is in really good hiding, isn't he? I can't.
Oh
see
Lord,
him.
that's fucked up.
Oh man, we're still looking for him to this day. Still can't find him.
He's on a yacht, man.
But honestly, with the whole situation, it kind of puts a tear in everything because, like you said, it's kind of the most interesting people. We got McGregor, which is the top of the top right there. Then we got Pardeep, which is just getting in the mix, which he had to tie with me. Honestly, I'm excited to see what his next match is because he has a lot of power and he's gonna kind of, like you said, fucks everything up because it just slows our division down even more than what it is already.
Yeah, what about Muhammad, man? I mean, I think that's a big one. Some people were saying they thought he could face Robert Trio tomorrow.
Has his ankle?
Yeah, I wouldn't say all that. I mean, yeah, one knockout, but he got injured.
He like, slow down, partner.
But yeah, I missed what you guys said, but even him alone, he was a good addition because you don't know what he's gonna bring to the table. He did have one knockout, but you can't really go off one knockout and think one person's good because we all seen how that happens with everybody. So.
Rod Alavi wants to reintroduce himself.
Lightweight, great again, yes, sir. Honestly, he'd be a great addition. We need that because if you really think about the lightweight division right now, the biggest names are McGregor, Robert, me. There's really nobody else who's really up there. You could argue Riley, but he's not. And he doesn't want to fight or anything like that, so he's not really in the picture anymore. I wouldn't even consider him anymore. Who else is there really? Hayden just had one knockout, but it's one knockout. Don't get too ahead of yourself now. You know what I mean?
Do you have any further info on Riley? Because I mean, we haven't heard from him at all.
He turned down 2 matches, and then after that, I think they're gonna offer him one more. If he doesn't take that, I think they're just gonna cut him. Same thing with Josh.
Okay. We found the Canadian version of Joshua Blair.
The American version, you mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The American version, yeah.
Nate jumping in
Both
here.
of them just hiding, and it's crazy too because everybody who goes into hiding, they go into hiding after facing me, but they both won, so it blows my mind.
I'm not going to touch that one. All right, I'll let you take it.
Nate Bernard jumping in as a co-host here. King, what's next? Who do you want? Or in his fine language, who you want?
Ooh. Who I want? Honestly, I want anybody top 3 because I look at it as I want to get my hands on the belt, and the only way to do it is face the best of the best, whether that's McGregor, whether that's straight Rob, or if I have to face Riley again, whatever the case may be. I don't really see me facing any new people is like helping me unless it's just them just wanting me to get a knockout before I go any further. Then I understand that, but yeah, I want top 3 at least.
So let's see here. So we're talking.
And I feel like with everything I've done in the division, even though win or lose, I feel like I've done enough to at least earn that spot or at least one more match before I even get close to that.
What about Andrew Fields? That's a guy you haven't faced yet. He's ahead of you for whatever reason.
Honestly, yeah, that kind of blew my mind because he didn't face in lightweight at all at that point. He just weighed in, so that kind of pissed me off. But then he is an OG, so I do understand it, so I can't really be too mad at it. But honestly, I was thinking about that, and that would be a great one because we both had the same thing. We never been knocked out before, and then we both got knocked out, so it would kind of be a perfect match in a sense. And then one, I can get my position back, and then kind of put me back up there. So I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, man. I mean, have you given any thought to like if lightweight? Like it's tough to say. I feel like there's an effort in some way to try and sort of beat that division up. But if you were to go to 170, 170 has a very similar problem. To be honest with you, like you got 3 or 4
Yeah, it's
guys.
almost exact.
Yeah, you got 3 or 4 guys who are very active, and then everybody else is gone. So you don't really have anywhere to quote unquote run to, even if you wanted to just be active. If they called you and they were like, "Look, Dakota's out, obviously for reasons we just talked about. Muhammad's out, Pardeep's out. We got Hayden or Andrew Fields are kind of your options because Riley's not taking fights. It seems like Bover's out cut.
What about Isaac?
I,
Where's he
yeah.
at?
So what's up with Isaac? I don't know what's up with Isaac.
He wants
Like,
to get back. He wants to come back. He kind of took a little break off of everything, but he wants to get back as soon as possible.
Is he still on a contract?
yeah,
Yeah,
he would
yeah,
because
yeah,
he was
yeah.
on the show with these guys, so they would all. But he's a fun one because Isaac.
Yeah, he has 6 fights,
technically-
but now he has
I mean,
4.
he lost technically, but not for a bad reason. It wasn't like he got knocked out or anything.
Yeah, exactly. And if he had that match again, I think he would have taken William without the fouls or anything like that.
Yeah, so that kind of leaves you one.
I wouldn't mind that match either because he's another one who's kind of on. You don't know yet.
2, 3, 4 people. I don't hate it. I'd love to see Isaac back. To be honest with you, that's probably the. If I had to sit here right now and say that's probably my front runner for you is Isaac.
I second that.
Isaac, I was gonna ask you guys, who do you guys think would be the best option
think
for me
Isaac.
next
I'd
if
take
I got to
Isaac.
pick, or if you guys got to pick Isaac?
Who knows? Maybe we do pick it. You just
I don't
know.
hate that. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be a good one.
Hey, if you ask some people,
Yeah,
we
sure.
do
You
pick.
never know.
If you ask some people, we do pick.
Yeah, sure. Look at some of the matches you guys predicted. Look how it turned out.
These are facts, man. You paying attention.
I mean,
Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, so what do you think
Indeed,
about
indeed.
Dakota's situation though, where Dakota's kind of this like unstoppable force, but he's lost to the champion twice. Like, he kind of has to fight behind him, and he's already beat Riley. He beat you on the show too, no? Yeah. That was the match that you were really
No,
impressed with.
we were gonna
You guys didn't
face,
fight
but
on the
then
show?
he had to pull. No, he got pulled when we were gonna fight after the show. It was the first match after the show before when him and Josh got
That's
pulled.
right. That's
But then
right.
he had the
That's right.
tonsils or whatever it was.
That's right. That's right. Okay. I don't hate that match. I don't know that him beating you gets him another title shot. But you beating him gets you a title shot. Does that make sense?
Exactly, and it's funny you
it's
said
like
that because I was kind of looking at it that
one-sided
way.
benefit. It's kind of one-sided benefit. It doesn't help him really.
Exactly, and I'm kind of in the same situation because it's like if they would have rushed me to the title and gave me Rob too, I would have been in the exact same situation as McGregor. So it kind of puts him, like you said, as that gatekeeper where he's kind of at that point. So that's why I'm wondering if they're just going to give me him. Okay, let's see what he can do. Or boom, they want me to prove myself, give me one more match, and then, okay, now we're really going to see what you can do kind of thing.
Well, they definitely ain't giving you him now because he's not an American, bro. So that's out. I mean,
Nope.
that doesn't leave us with a lot of options. But didn't you get a call earlier this year for something?
Mm-mm.
It
Besides
ended up not coming to
Pardeep, no.
fruition. You didn't get a call for any matches?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not I can ring a bell. No, not at the moment.
Yeah. Now you remember. I
Yeah,
can't
no.
remember who was getting reached out to, who wasn't. I mean, it was all over the place.
what let me ask you, what'd you make of Hayden Johnson?
Well, no, because sometimes they'll text me like asking me, so then it kind of throws me off. I'm sorry, say that again?
I was just saying, what did you make of Hayden Johnson's debut, and where do you think his ascension could come in the division?
I think it was a good knockout, but there's a lot that needs to be worked on from his defense to his offense. Even just him getting the knockout, he was still like wobbling a little bit. But your first match, that's going to happen. The biggest thing is what I would say is just take a lesson from everything and then just keep improving. But I don't think he's going to be the top of the division. I think he's going to be like mid-quarter, if anything, but I don't think he's passing top 5. Anybody above 5, I don't think he's passing that. I'm kind of like the gatekeeper for the middle, like the mid-card people. I'm like the gatekeeper for that. Then they got McGregor as like the top and Robert at the top.
Can we get you like one of those sashes like you know when the women go on like bachelorette parties? Can we get like the middle gatekeeper sash for you?
If you do a different style so don't look gay, then yeah, we can do it.
All right, we'll figure that one out. We'll work on it.
Put that in the works for now.
Yeah. Well, let's put rhinestones on it or something.
Make it all blinged out.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
And then the back will say, "Did you wake up yet?" with a question mark.
All right. I don't disagree. What's going on with your rap career, man? I haven't heard Jenny drop any music lately.
Honestly, I've been taking a long break from that. It was more so in the beginning when I first started, and then I kind of transitioned more into like content side of things.
Gotcha.
But I slowly do want to get back into it, but I haven't really been taking that seriously at all.
Gotcha. I thought the what do you call it? The auto tune button was broken on your keyboard or something for a while.
Oh, trust me, even on my songs is broken. Trust me. Well, it was so bad. One of my producers, listen to this. I'll tell you guys a funny story. So when I first started making music, I'm sitting there and I just finished the song. I'm like, all right, this is fire. Let's go. My producer's sleeping on me. He's sleeping and I'm still talking to him through the thing and I'm listening to me talking through the thing. I'm like, damn, I'm ass. I gotta quit.
Too funny, man. Too funny, dude. Buddy, it's great catching up with you, though, man. Glad you're able to make it on. Give us some clarity to the division. Obviously, it needs some work. Half of the guys seem to be shelved for now, but hopefully, we see the king get back up there and reclaim his throne. All right, buddy. Take care, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Oh yeah, just a matter of time now. Always a pleasure, guys. I'll catch you guys.
Thanks, man. All right, Ding. Little delay there, but made it through. I don't know, man. I'm on some shit tonight, buddy. I gotta shut my mouth.
No. The dude, he. I feel bad, man. I think that those two divisions suffer the most, actually, with this international change, particularly lightweight. Welterweight, I think, is all right, but welterweight's just in pieces no matter what. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, dude, I almost wonder if like one day will Power Stop just say fuck it and just get rid of a division.
You think so? I mean, lightweight would be that one.
I'm curious. I'm curious because the lower weight classes are just not doing well, and it feels like they make a conscious effort to try to beef it up, and then something else happens.
Yeah, I mean,
and you have so many guys who are going up and down from those divisions.
Yeah, but like, I mean, look at the women's, man. They're throwing anything and everything at the wall to try to make that happen. So I don't know. Does it really matter?
Yeah, it's an interesting subject matter.
Yeah.
Man, this international shit sucks, man.
Where's Cedrice?
Cedrice is in New Jersey.
But doing what? I heard nothing about.
Yeah, you know, I think there's a lot of guys you could ask that question for, man. To be honest with you,
Stephen Rousey, man. I mean, he made his debut against McKinney Manu, and he like took some bombs. I know he's from Southside Chicago, like, and we haven't heard a peep from him afterwards.
I mean, listen, we advertised our matchmaking services, and they were not taken. So I don't know. I mean, it just is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I was impressed by Cedrice, man. I thought he showed out well. And I thought he had the personality. I thought he had the look. I thought he had some potential. Might be a little undersized for super heavy, but I thought he had some good promise there. I'm
actually very surprised Juicy's not on this card. Now that I think about it, you have two super heavyweight matches. You got Dumpling Evian, you got the main event. If I'm not mistaken, that's it for super heavy on the entire rest of the card.
What do you think happened? Is there an injury there? Is there a booking conflict with WrestleMania?
Who you talking about, Juicy? I think there's a booking conflict. Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say there's a booking conflict.
And you think he'd take a wrestling event over Power Slap?
Yeah.
Really? Like, Juicy's that big of a name in the wrestling scene?
Yeah.
Really?
Bro, he's an enigma. I mean, look at him, dude. He's 400-something pounds. He can do a front flip. Like, this dude's real, bro.
Interesting. Okay.
Like, yeah, he's real, bro.
And why is
And
he
he's
still on
and
the
he.
indie scene then?
Why is he? Oh,
Yeah.
that part I can't answer. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him
Maybe,
next time and get a
maybe
35-minute
he
mix.
doesn't have maybe he doesn't have aspirations to go to the big show. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's got the look to him. Yeah, I think I'm actually surprised they were able to nail Haley down, to be perfectly honest, dude. And then there's some other names that you'll hear about uh, on the tape prelims. Nah, I'm lying. There's some wrestlers throughout everywhere. So actually, you'll get some announced matches too. I'm a little surprised that they're gonna be able to make it work. But Haley's probably up there as one of the top ones that I'm a little surprised by
Yeah.
because of the she's doing what's it called, Wrestle Live, I think, or WrestleCon, maybe, I don't remember, Wrestle It, something like that.
WrestleCon,
She's
yeah,
doing
yeah.
an appearance for that on the same day, I believe, during the day.
Yeah. I mean, she's even doing a seminar while she's there, dude. So
Yeah,
all kinds of stuff.
she's getting paid and she's in Vegas on Power Slap's dime. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I don't want to give too much away, man, but there's definitely wrestling talent top to bottom on this card. I mean, Jake Haggard, Devin Jenkins. I mean, did we really get into much of that last week?
Nah, it wasn't announced.
Okay. So, first thoughts. Where do you go?
It's fair. It's a fair match. It's a fair match to see if Jake's what he says he is. I mean, for those of you who don't know, Jake turned 44 years old like a week ago. That's fucking old, man. In the world of like getting slapped in the face, that's old, dude. I hate to say it. It's
We gotta
the
clip
it's
that. We gotta clip that
yeah,
for social and tag them.
it's the oldest, like straight up. It's the oldest by far. It's not even close. And I mean, he came on here and said it, but I won't repeat it just to be in good faith. But it sounds like there was a different opponent in mind that was a little, a little slash a lot further up there on the totem pole in the heavyweight division. And I thought if that match came to fruition, that was a bit of a stretch. I thought that was really unfair. I think this is a fair enough because Jenkins has been up there. Whether or not you think Jenkins is going to get it done is one thing, but Jenkins has experience. So it's not Jake going against a new guy, which is helpful to figure out where he's at in the grand scheme of all this. I will say, and if Jenkins is watching, I will clarify. This is not meant in any disrespectful way, nor is this my personal opinion. But I will tell you, when we repost his training regimens and things that he posts on the story and tags us in, the response is not just overwhelmingly, it is completely negative. It is what the fuck's this guy doing? He looks crazy. What is this? Is people laughing? It is not at all. So I will say to that end, everyone seems to believe that this is absolutely a walk in the park for Jake Hager. This is Jake, we're doing you a favor. This is Sin Bodhi privilege right here. But again, Devin's been hit, and he's hit, and I think that advantage in and of itself is very, very helpful.
Let me say this. This to me is very reminiscent of Jonathan Carrera and Jordan Oasis. Because I think a lot of the narratives that are being said about Jake Haggard versus Devin Jenkins are the exact same there. And Jordan Oasis found out really quick that Jonathan Carrera wasn't just going to be a walkover. I kind of get similar vibes on this one. That Jenkins is going to come back. He's been away for a while. I believe Jenkins, the 0-2, I believe at this point.
Let me double check that.
But he's been away for a minute. So he's had some time to sit back and watch. Yeah, he's 0-2. He's lost to Pono Powell.
He lost to Pono and then he lost to West.
So, he's had some time to sit, reflect, continue to train. Last time we seen him was end of January of 2025. So it's been over a year. I don't want to say it's like a trap match, but you're right. Where we're gonna find out about Jake real quick, and I really don't think it's a pushover, and so we'll find out. I agree with your assessment that it's fair, and I think Devin's got just as good a shot as anybody to test out what Jake Haggard has. Obviously he's got a ton of confidence in his ability. He's got that persona that he's had with with his wrestling background. I mean, he seems a guy like in great shape for his age, and we'll see ultimately how that translates. Jake did do MMA as well. I'm not sure on the level of MMA. I know he's
I mean, he was a wrestler
you
in
know.
MMA, so there's that.
Was he? Is that what happened, or I didn't get to see the
Yeah,
match?
he wrestled. His wins were all by submission. He was a wrestler.
Gotcha. Okay, so we'll see, man. We'll see if it transitions and how it all stacks up. Um, in the bigger scheme of things, and as Sin Bodhi said, and I don't think a lot of people caught it, but he thinks that this is one of those monumental steps for the sport of power slap. They give it legitimacy, but then he also thinks it gives wrestling legitimacy as well for having such a big name crossing over. So he thinks this has a big outcome of or impact on the sport as a whole. But we'll find out real soon how that transpires. And that match is high up on the card as well, man. So
It's the lead into the championship, to the heavyweight championship. I mean, that's a big fucking spot. So, regardless of any outcome or what people think, congratulations to Devin Jenkins, man. Obviously, he'll actually be the A side because
so?
he's the one who's fought. There's no chance that Jake Hager can be red corner, black shirt. I can actually confirm that. He is listed as a red corner. That's fucked up, man.
Yeah.
I actually disagree with that. I don't think Jake Hager should be red corner. I think the experience should trump everything. I actually think Jake Hager is better off being blue corner, personally.
I mean, maybe I'm just naive to it and I just took it for what it is, but how do they determine who's what corner?
If they're not ranked, it's kind of random, man.
But is it normally that the higher ranked guy?
Yeah, if there's rankings on, it's always the higher ranked guy goes red corner, always. Red corner's champion's corner.
Interesting. Okay. I wasn't sure about that. Interesting.
Yeah, so I would favor experience. It would be if they're unranked, the way they do it in the UFC is it's who has the better record.
Gotcha.
In this case, Jake has no record, so Jenkins can only have the better record. So it's interesting, man.
And at the last event, it was Trujillo.
Red corner was Trujillo. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's the other part of this is Bordeaux spent a lot of time with Jake. Assuming Bordeaux's the coach, he won't be red corner coach. So Logan said, "Who won the coin toss?" I don't actually know the answer to that question yet.
Yeah, coin toss
versus newcomer being on the main card is wild. Shows how much popularity matters. Yeah, I always thought that Jake would be on the live card. I will say I was a little surprised by the spot. I thought that was high. But as you think about it more, it makes sense. I do have a question though, Corey, that I think people have been dancing around it. I saw Sin was talking about this a little bit. I don't know. I think 0-0 is better than 0-2. But it just is nothing. 0-0 is zero. That like you have no percentage of win or loss because you haven't competed. I just think I think the incumbent should be given the red corner.
Yeah, well, I'll say this: 0 and 2 is $10,000 further ahead.
Damn, perspective. Hashtag perspective, dude. I feel like they're dancing around this, and when I say this, I want you guys to really think about what I'm saying. Is it really? Because this was my prediction in the beginning, and I know that a lot of people have embraced the wrestlers, but it still feels like, even more now that it's strikers and the wrestlers. It's not just strikers. There's still this very hard line where it's like they're wrestlers, like, oh, this is the wrestling cadre, and like I said, some of them I feel like have meshed and they've become friends with the strikers and especially the women. But I still feel like some of them are in the wrestling bucket and they're being treated as separate but equal, so to speak. Sin said that wasn't, his belief. That wasn't his. But I don't think he could say that if it was his belief. I don't think that'd be appropriate for him to say, especially given that he's kind of the wrestling. What do you call somebody who herds like sheep? He's like the wrestling herder. I don't know, shepherd.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
I don't know. I mean, is that kind of by design? Like, I don't know if you're ever going to be able to get around that because it is so polarizing. Of like, hey, we're going to bring in a recruiter who is from this background, who is bringing in now at these camps. Like, let's be real, are 3/4 from the discipline of pro wrestling. They haven't shied away from that. Maybe we make it bigger deal than it actually is. But we're also not seeing. I mean, we're seeing a mix of it, but a lot of times the wrestlers aren't leaving the persona of their wrestlers behind. They're coming in with their stage names. They're bringing that pride with them. I'm not saying too much because I know that this will. I guess I can't say it.
Well,
I
while
might.
you think about what to say here, Bordeaux, can you clarify for me when you've had a champion and a non-champion coaching together, that they've done champion in blue and non-champion in red? I don't think that they have, I'm totally okay with being wrong, but as far as I can recollect, because I pay attention to stupid shit like that, I don't remember a time where a champion and a non-champion were coaches, and the champion got blue corner and the non-champion got red. Although it is not impossible. Yeah, you know what? It might have happened once when they didn't have a size for, I think, the crazy Hawaiian.
Was it that, or they didn't have the size of the shirt for Slap for Cash? Was that one too?
Well, Slapper Cass never had the fucking. He was never a coach.
No. But oh, okay, never mind. I'm wrong. But there was actually something back, but the Slap for Cash, they didn't have the jersey size big enough for him in the one color, so they had to switch him to the other. As I was going to is these wrestlers have created something from nothing. They created a following in the wrestling realm, and them coming over to Power Slap is a risk for a lot of them because everything that they've created their whole life, their persona, is now going to something completely different. And a lot of them aren't letting go of what that is. They're coming over, they want to be addressed by their stage name, not their legal name. And they're running with that persona that they've created. Obviously, the league wants them to bring their fan base over with them for the views, the credibility, all of that. But it is creating that divide of them versus us. And they're really starting to create that polarizing thing. And I think the OGs of the sport, the guys that came through Road to the Title, the guys that have been around for a long time, are kind of taking that personally. Like it's us versus them because it has been so one side heavy into the wrestling recruiting side of things. I'm not standing up for the organization saying it's right or it's wrong. I'm not trying to say that. But I just think with the ratio of athletes that are getting these opportunities, I think that's where you're seeing that divide. And I don't know how much it's truly going to mesh, if it's really going to matter in the long game. But for now, it seems like there's always going to be that kind of gap in distance. And I mean, some guys just rub people the wrong way. I mean, guys look at the early success that Jordan Oasis has had, Stunt Marshall has had as well, and they're envious of that. I mean, these guys have come out, got viral knockouts, and are getting pushed up the ranks real quick. So,
So
getting
two
opportunity.
things is Brandon Bordeaux. I'm gonna knock you out when I see you because you got me. That is absolutely the truth. You were right. I was wrong. I apologize. Mea culpa. They have done non-champion coaches with the champion on the blue corner. So as he said, it does not matter. That's correct. So it is very possible. Should Mr. Bordeaux be coaching, that he may be in the corner of one Jay Kager, regardless of him being red. So let's see if that's how that goes. And then secondarily, Cole Smith, their power side record won't hurt their wrestling though. So how big of a risk is it really? So if you are if your character arc is a tough guy, is this unstoppable, whatever, like a Brock Lesnar, like a Great Khali, like a Obafemi, some of these, you know, even a Roman Reigns, these unbeatable, larger than life characters, and you got flatlined in Power Slap, it kind of just it pulls a lot of that away, right? Like that character can't exist anymore because people can prove it's not real because when reality happened, that's what the result was. So I actually do think that it absolutely is risky for them.
I mean, what happened to CM Punk going to MMA and get flatlined? Do you think that diminished or blemished his entire career?
I mean, CM Punk's a massive name because he's CM Punk. I think people make fun of him to this day because of that, though.
Yeah, it exposed him.
Like his when he went to go fight for real, it didn't work.
So
Um, so I think, but I fully believe that this whole wrestling versus striker thing, I think it's a real thing, and I'm not for or against it. I think it's par for the course. We said this when they first came in. I gotta find the clip, man, where we talked about this exact thing. Like, you know, I can speak for myself when I say I remember saying something to the effect of, I anticipate in the future this will be a problem. They will
mhm.
not get along. It will be the wrestlers versus everybody else because they have the juice. They have you know, the
Yeah,
extra element that they can add into the bag. You have the Hollywood Haley Jays, representing. I'm not going to give out her government name, but it's pretty close to her stage name. Versus a guy like Stunt Marshall, his name is not even remotely close to his real name.
mhm.
Um, if you guys cash at me, I'll give you the alpha on what what those names actually are. But I'm
Um,
not gonna air anybody out tonight. I can tell you though, Brandon Bordeaux's name is actually Brandon Bordeaux. So if you're wondering about that,
yeah,
um,
but I
but
mean, I
Brock
think
is
it goes
five
back to
three
what we
one
talked
and he's
about
a John
before.
Star. CM Punk rebounded. Interesting point, Cole Smith, but he was also heavyweight champion in the UFC, so he kind of earned his stripes, and now he's back in the WWE and he's a tough guy again. Because when he actually had to fight, he fucking beat people up.
Mhm.
CM Punk didn't, he lost both times he fought.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about very early on, dude. I mean, this is back to I'd say Power Stop 1 through 5. Like, in a lot of ways, we thought that the strikers were too friendly with each other. That they didn't have that strict animosity. I mean, guys were, smoking blunts outside the day of the fight or the day before the fight, with each other, getting drunk, all that stuff. We wanted to see there be more rivalry, more animosity. Now the wrestlers are coming in, and we're seeing, that the blood and water is not meshing, and I think it's something just to kind of talk about because we're starting to see some real rivalries come in, and I think it's some of the best things we've seen for the sport, to be frank and honest with you. Seeing some of these guys come in, one, not only with the personality, but two, with also that extra umph behind it, and the guys that take stuff personally and bring that up there on the stage and have that emotion and fight for more than just themselves, and the pride, and to shut people up. And I could think of a lot of different guys. I'm thinking like Ryan Kenny, Johnny Magna, like in a lot of ways, like I think that got personal. Even like Anthony Defrank and some of the stuff that he's doing up there, like the more animosity that gets into this, like the better it is than like Defrank fighting McGregor and we're both buddies, but we're just gonna go slap each other for a paycheck and then be friends again. Like there's just something genuinely real about the animosity that's being built.
They sent Wesley Drain tonight too. I'm missing what that would. I'm missing what that was a response to Mr. Davis. Oh, I see. Okay, so he wrote it into they sent Wesley Drain and I to go axe throwing before Power Slap 2.
Go together.
Dude, I remember when we did John Davis Azael face to face interview in was that Circa? I think it was Circa. And that was like, fucking epic because it was like you put two guys in a room, but reality was John Davis and Azael had a lot of respect for each other.
Yeah.
I mean, McKinney Manu was Danny Van Heerden's best man at his wedding in Vegas, and then they fought the next day. Like,
Yeah.
some
Well,
crazy stuff has happened, man.
I gotta say you guys were assholes over throwing this on, but the showdown, I'll call it, of when Jackie Cataline and Chris Thomas live from Stadium Swim, and I had no idea this was going on. That was a pretty epic moment, man, when you look back on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a shame that one's a male, one's a female, so they can't actually fight. Um, I would have loved to see that storyline though transition to Jackie Thomas,
Yeah.
but she's nowhere near as whatever you want to call it as
Yeah.
KO Chris.
Oh, crazy.
Sure, we'll go
Yeah.
with that.
Gotcha.
So I think because I still think they could fight, but I was hoping that would it would kind of be picked up. But Jackie Thomas was like, man, like she kind of was like, yeah, fuck my little brother, you know. That's kind of the way she adopted that. But I'm interested to see how it all evolves. I do think unequivocally the international issue here is
Yeah.
unfortunately a step backwards. I have to say that. And again, by no means do I think that that's a power slap thing. It's a financial decision, I think, at best. And I can't say that I don't understand it. It's just a shame because the timing couldn't be worse. What do you guys think the best power slap beef was so far? KO Chris slapped Jesus. Nah, we gotta pick one that people know because
Yeah.
nobody knows that shit. That shit was so long ago. Best power slap beef so far. There really hasn't been many. I can't really say West Menapono Paul because it kind of it never really materialized.
Yeah.
I'll say, oh fuck. I'll say Austin Turpin, Vern Cathy.
Yeah.
I'll say because when we were in NOLA, bro, I was shook when I saw Turpin and we were walking towards the Royal Sonesta, and then I seen Vern standing there, and then the two of them got face to face, and I was like, oh fuck, how's this gonna go? Like I you know.
I can see that,
Yeah,
man.
I think Vern was genuinely like pissed off.
I mean, Russell Rivera versus everybody. There's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris and Manny. I mean, Chris definitely punched him in his face, but I don't know if there was like. I don't know if there was really. I mean, at the end of the day, like Manny flatlined him, so I don't.
Yeah, I mean,
Isaiah
Logan
Curry's-
and
it was a
Allen
good
might go down in history.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever said this publicly, but there's a post fight interview that'll never see the light of day of Alan Klingbeil after his Logan fight, and let's just say that those guys actually do not like each other.
Oh man, this goes deep, man. I don't know if you remember this. So Kreese Archer was spectating in the audience, and he wanted to get on stage to go fight Azael. Azael just finished somebody off, KO'd him, and Kreese Archer wanted to get up on stage. Like, that's almost push and slap Jesus level, man.
No, season 1 altogether was just nuts, man.
Yeah.
No one does anything. Just keyboard warriors, KO, and Jesus actually getting into it. Folk don't know. For real, beef with motherfuckers hate each other. No, Nate, that's facts. There is the untold story of Russell Rivera, Austin Turpin, which I think will stay untold. But there have been some moments, man, where guys have gotten close.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Ryan Phillips had some mad beef back in the day. I mean, him and DeBell, when they were getting ready to fight, like things got pretty antsy there.
I think DeBell is just almost impossible to actually piss off. Like, I think he lives his life on like one tempo. I respect that. What do you think of the Dumplings' return? Dana White privilege, man. That's all I can say. Yeah. He's the only international fighter competing, man. So he's having a good time. But I do think it's important, and like I said, untold story of Slambo Corey. Man, you guys, we got the fucking Sherlock Holmes in here tonight. You guys all remember the old deep shit, the deep lore that nobody can figure out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what we can say about Slambo. I mean, I probably know too much that I shouldn't say, but it's a former employee of Power Slap. But, like, let's just say Slambo had some deep stuff, man. Like, he truly embraced that wrestling realm and that ego that he wanted to present. And back in the day when you know, the new guys came in, they would do like a sit-down interview, like an athlete on a stool, and they'd ask them some questions. And who's like the most notorious serial killer in the U.S.?
I mean, there's a few, but Ted Bundy's.
All right, Ted Bundy. So Flambeau channeled his probably best Ted Bundy that you could imagine that I think scared quite a bit of people. in regards to the look, the connection, and he took that persona a little bit too far, and said some things that I know he regrets saying because he said it to me. I think even publicly, but he really pushed that envelope too far. Like even like one thing that we even talk about, like in the OG, this is going way back. Remember the One-Eyed Wolf versus Ryan Phillips, the first episode of Power Slap #1. A legendary match. Like still to this day, that was two hard hitting mofos going at it. And like you've come now to realize, Ding, the One-Eyed Wolf
doesn't actually have one eye.
Functioning eyes. But the Nevada Athletic Commission took away his license because of it.
Well, he was saying he had one eye. They were like, dude, we ain't fucking with this guy. He's getting hit in the face. He's got one. We can only see out of one eye. And now he's the main event of Dirty Boxing Championship 6 in Miami, Florida on April 10, fighting for the interim heavyweight championship. Say what? Hey, nobody can say Power Slap doesn't get you your start, man. This guy's main event.
He actually had a hearing to try and get reinstated, and they still wouldn't hear it. Crazy,
he never saw it coming.
Crazy stuff, dude.
Boom. Cole, it's a good point. But men, testosterone. Oh well, that's not what I meant to fucking put up. Men, testosterone. Everybody's a tough guy. During fight week, you guys are cutting weight. You're all very public facing. You say shit online. You feel a certain way about certain people saying shit online. Go ahead. Come on.
It. Jackie Cataline and Michael Michelle Brown.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes,
but it's also very one sided. Like Michael doesn't seem to want, and I don't blame her.
You
Like,
want to smoke with Jackie?
Yeah, I don't blame her. Like Jackie's a credentialed mixed martial artist. Mikey fought, I think, amateur MMA once, maybe. She's also very much smaller.
Oh, with MMA, no, it was like influencer boxing.
Muay Thai, maybe. No, she did influencer boxing after Power Slap. I'm talking before Power Slap, when she was a little heavier. She did, I think, amateur MMA.
Really?
Yeah, she knocks somebody out.
Interesting.
And yeah, I think, but yes, that's a good one. Bro, I was annoyed that Leon and I didn't get a chance to hang out before I met. Leon's actually a very nice guy. He's another guy that I'm curious where he's at. But I just think, you guys are in a combat sport, whether you like it or you don't. Everybody's coming from a different place with different prerogatives. And for the guys who are in the house, that's a pressure cooker in and of itself. So you saw some of that play out. Everybody's got friends. People have feelings. They feel some type of way. For those of you who don't know, we can take the distinct honor and privilege of kickstarting the Wes Menapono Paul thing by accident, because I believe Wes came on here and was kind of talking about Dorian versus Pono, and he made some reference or innuendo to Dorian kind of making it look easy, and I think he used, I don't want to misquote Wes, and nor am I saying that he did this on purpose, but at the time he just kind of said, like, Dorian made Pono look like a child. Like he just made it look that easy, and Pono didn't have anything for him, and Pono was, at the time they were still friends, and Pono was, I guess, naturally I could understand why he'd be offended by that. And he was like, what the fuck you mean I look like a child? And I think, if I remember correctly, Pono's response to that, instead of reaching out to Wes, Pono wanted to then come on here and say something else. And, for those of you who have been on the show before, that we don't dictate, what you say, what you don't say. Like, that's totally up to you as an athlete. And if you come to us and say you want a platform, it's your platform for us to give to you anyway. So, we obliged, and Pono came on and said whatever he wanted to say in his raw thoughts. I don't remember exactly what that was, but obviously it wasn't nice. And from there on, those guys just had a real problem, and since then it's just been never better.
I know you say you don't want that to happen again, but it feels like there's more than ever like it still could happen. I wouldn't be sad.
You talking about those two guys?
Yeah, I wouldn't be sad if you gave me Wes Menapono Paul. I wouldn't.
I think they want to be friends, man. I'd be honest with you. Like right here, right now.
What under what grade?
No. Right here, right now. I think both of those guys are in a place in their life where they want to squash this beef.
I don't know, dude.
Like straight up, if Wes or Pono, if you guys watch this later on, I want you to you can shoot a DM. Don't even do it publicly.
When you were getting up, were you going to hit the wacky vape or something, man? Because there's nothing, dude.
Nah,
But
I think
that
I think that
happens,
they're
bro.
ready to. I think that they're ready to bury
Think
the
so?
hatchet.
I
I
don't
mean,
know,
they've been
man.
around each other a few times. Nothing has happened. I think they're both over it. They haven't gotten booked to fight anyway, so there's no conclusion.
Oh, they go. What's going on with Pono Pal? Where's he been? I know he's been on Smack Talk not that long ago, but like, to last week, wasn't it? But like, what is he in? Like, is he in jail or something, like Power
Yeah, I
Slap
think he's
jail?
in timeout. Yeah, I think he's in timeout.
Like, when was the last time we see him? Like, he beat
June.
James Seekman, and that
He beat
was
James Seekman.
middle of
June.
what?
June. That was June.
Okay, oh, it feels longer than June. It's a long time, man, for a guy that is he not still top 5, like top 5-ish,
I think he might be 6 right now.
6. Okay,
But yeah, I mean, I
and
think
he lost to Dorian Perez. Come on,
yeah,
man.
but he alluded to the idea on the last time he was on the show that it was him who was supposed to face Jake Hager. And because he made the "We the People" comment and everything, and that's why I say, like, you know, I thought that was a bit too much too soon, and then Jenkins. So I think that's fair. That's a
I mean, like,
fair entrance. Bro, don't even, man. Pono Paul versus Jake Hager is not fair on any planet, dude. Like, that's as deep as deep end's gonna get.
I mean, I'm just looking at it, man. I mean, Pono. I mean, the Dorian is the biggest name on Pono's record. I mean, if you take Dorian out of it, that loss, you have victories over James Seekman, Cooper Housley, Devin Jenkins, then a loss to Seekman. Obviously, he
On
was
the
injured
show.
at that, and then Dorian Perez.
Yeah,
I mean,
but all of his wins are by.
oh, KOs, man, for sure.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you don't want a KO heavy guy, you know, up there with a dude who's just trying to learn how to get his technique down.
I'm just saying. I think we need to see Pono, man. Like, we need to see Pono against a Nate Bernard or something. And like,
I'm for that. I like it.
yeah,
I like it.
I think so, man. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
you
because
get
I think everybody else is
Pono.
kind of in the mix somewhere. I mean, Wes has to figure out kind of his way back to the title, and
But I also know, like, a win over West, you know, if Pono was to beat West Minna, I don't know how much it helps his case. And if West beats Pono at number 6, who's actually fighting down the rank, I don't know how much it does for his case either, to be honest. So, like, just
I
long
just think
term.
I think both of those guys want finality, and if they can't get finality, then I think they want friendship. I'm saying it right here, right now. I don't care. I think that they're both in a place where they're mature enough to understand. You know, maybe they're not, you know, best buds or anything like that, but I think they want to at least bury the hatchet so that when these guys walk in a room at the same time, everybody's like, uh-oh, like, you know, nobody wants to be the center of attention that way when you can't do anything. They can't engage. They can't do what they want to do. So it's better to just have the conversation, smooth it over, agree to disagree, and, you know, go your separate ways rather than constantly being the fucking black cloud in the room because one person walked in when the other person was already there. And it feels like that's what happens every time they're at engagements together. Is everybody's kind of like on high alert. Oh shit, Pono just walked in. There's Wes.
But how was it at the last event? I don't
I
remember.
was fucking standing there. The minute I saw Pono walk in, I stood in between Pono and Wes, and they were looking at me like, "What y'all doing?" And I was like, "I'm standing here for a reason." The last thing I want is because a lot of, you know, you're obviously you're between the cabanas and the pool. The last thing I want is these guys accidentally, like, you know, sliding by each other. Like, hey, excuse me, and he's like, wait, what? And like, so yeah.
I don't know.
But you
man.
see the like like elbow bumps and the fucking wink like, oh guys, check that out.
Well, let's get it solved up there in Power Slaps. Let's do that matchmaking. Let's get it done, and then maybe they'll be friends afterward. So,
Yeah, Rod agrees with you. Ding hitting that wacky vape with that thing. I don't actually vape, but yeah. Friends forever, man.
But,
I'm calling it now. Pono
anything,
Paul.
anything you want to round up before we get off here?
More matches. We're getting some more matches than now. So we got the top 4 here.
You did?
Actually top 5. Excuse me. So we have the 2 main event. Damien DeBell, Dorian. Damien DeBell, Darius. There's too many fucking D's. Damian DeBell versus Darius for the heavyweight championship. Okay, slow down. Don't do it, dude. skip. Makini Manu versus the Hawaiian Hitman. Dumpling versus Evian Scott. And who did I miss? Hollywood Haley J versus Destiny McCubbin. And Jake Hager versus Devin Jenkins. Let's go. Power Slap 19, April 17th. Corey, breaking news. Corey's skipping out. He's fucking leaving us, guys. For those of you he's interviewing, he's saying, I'll see you in Vegas. He's fucking lying. He's not telling you the truth, guys. He's betraying you. Corey is skipping Power Slap for the first time ever. He's trusting me to send me in alone, man. This guy's out of his mind.
Yeah, buddy. It's all resting on you, dude. It's all on
No pressure.
you.
No pressure.
It's all right,
You
man.
know what? Tonight seems like one of those nights. I'll indulge this for fun. No fucking chance on planet Earth. Like Dana says, it's like beating up babies. I don't bully people, man.
Dude, what about Dave in the last press conference, man? Just like, I don't give a
He's just
fuck.
on fire. Yeah,
Like,
he's just on fire.
dude, like, why are you guys using AI? Like, I don't know. Who's it bothering?
Yeah, Dana doesn't care.
Yeah.
Evian 1 DQ win, 2 DQ losses, 1 KO loss. Yeah, listen, like I said, Evian wasn't on my bingo card, man. But like I said earlier, he was not the original opponent. The international frenzy is what messed that up. What the fuck am I? Everybody with the D, man. Dumpling, his original opponent had issues with the visa stuff as well. So maybe that fight gets rebooked in the future. But for now, we got Evian Scott. I mean, who else was there? Now that I think of it, like who else is there in the rankings that's even
Juicy.
close enough?
Juicy.
Juicy's higher than Evian. Yeah, but I fully believe that there's a conflict there. It doesn't. Nothing else makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Cedrice, and then I guess you could do Kalani.
Yeah. I mean, did Connie get suspended after the last match?
Yeah, but it wouldn't have been much.
No.
Kalani versus Dumpling actually would be fun.
I
Damn.
mean, Kalani's next in line, man, for a shot at the title, dude. Like, reality.
It's called a layup, Cole. Up your swaggy, you'll get one. I liked it, man.
I don't know, dude.
All right.
I don't be messing with Cole, man. I don't be messing with him, dude.
I like Cole Smith, man. I like him a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah, Rod, I'd chill, man. You trying to go down to 155, you're trying to get even smaller than him.
Yeah. I mean, Cole's a nice cat, but I wouldn't get on his bad side, that's for sure.
All right. Well, we're 2 weeks away from Power Slap 19. Next week, I don't know what we'll do, man. Hopefully, I have service Wednesday night in Miami to jump in. Nevertheless, though, some version of Smack Talk will be happening next Wednesday, 6 p.m. on the West,
Man, why
9 p.m. on the East. I just don't. I don't know if if I'll have like some sunshine or a moon.
Hey, you're forgetting, man. Like I've been around, buddy. I've been around. I know you've been the more the mainstay, but I mean, I've been around too, buddy. So we'll hold it down.
For sure.
So same place, same time. I don't care what this guy says on the other side. We'll be here. Take care. Until next time, guys.